Good morning. My name is Tom. Today's video is going to be more on the lines that I've been discussing in the last few videos, is developing your skills. Your skills as a human being, whether you be woman or man or child, just the different skills that you can take with you out into the bush and through your entire life. But this is kind of a video about the myths of bushcraft and why I think bushcraft skills are so misleading in most of the videos that I see on YouTube. It's like the end all. You learn your bushcraft skills and you will be successful out in the bush, or you will be just if everything falls down around you and wherever you're from is so scary that you need bug out bags and you need a plan B to run to the hills to survive. I think you're missing the boat, and stick around for this video. Today's video is I'm in front of this camper for a reason. This old camper is a slide-in camper that had a tree fall on it. It's kind of a piece of junk, but with skills, and the skills that I'm talking about that you could learn, and you should learn if you really want to develop, let's say bushcraft skills, or just bug out skills, or whatever you're talking about. This is a gold mine. In that camper is everything you need to build a kitchen. And it doesn't take that many skills. There's so many pots in this old camper that you can rob out of it for an outdoor kitchen, or for a cabin up north that you're working on, or whatever you're working on. In here is a stove, there's a refrigerator, there's gas lights, there's electrical pots, there's breaker boxes. There's so much stuff in this piece of junk camper that to most people it is a piece of junk. But if you learn some basic skills and being able to make something from nothing, I think them are a lot better skills to be working on than just bushcraft skills. Building a fire out in the bush will only get you so far. Within a week you will be a starving pilgrim if that's the only skill that you have obtained out in the bush. And don't get me wrong, I think building a fire is one of the keys to success out there. But it's only one of the keys. There's many keys. You have 10 fingers. Let's say you've got 10 reasons to learn new skills. Till you get to the 10th finger, you should probably still be learning. If the only skill you got right now is building a fire, you still got 9 more skills to learn. This is just one of them. I'll take you in. What I'm going to do is, I'm not going to finish this video today, because I'm going to take the pots out of here today. I'm going to walk you through some of the stuff that I do to secure the pots that are in this old camper. And then I'm going to take them up to my cabin, which is north of here. And I am going to be adding on to my outdoor kitchen up there. Because one of the other skills that I think you should be learning is how to prepare food, how to take care of food, all of that. Like canning is smoking food, and canning food is a great way to preserve the food that's already up there just waiting for us. So those are other skills that you don't see too many bushcrafters talking about. How to take care of the food that you have acquired while you've been out there. So that's why I think the word bushcraft skills is a myth in what you actually really need to learn to be successful in your life as well as out in the bush. So enough of that. I'm going to take you inside the camper. Here's another closer look at the outside of this camper. As you can see, if you was building a cabin up north and you had to build it on a budget, in this camper is also windows, doors, all kinds of parts and pieces on the outside that would help you build a small cabin up north. It also has, the windows would be crank out. They are free for the taking, and you wouldn't have to spend a whole lot of money on outdoor parts and pieces. Right here is the back of it. There's another nice window if you were building a cabin, as well as a really nice door. You know, it wouldn't be a modern looking cabin like you see a lot of people building, but if you're building a cabin on a budget, here are thousands of dollars worth of parts and pieces. If you were going to the hardware store to buy all this stuff, refrigerators alone, gas refrigerators, I believe, are around $1,200. Here's the gas refrigerator that I will be removing. It's behind the gas light, you can see there. And then over on this wall over here, I'll take up inside, there is a gas stove. It's a 3-burner gas stove with the oven. There's not a doubt in my mind that I can't get that to work. It's just a matter of hooking up a regulator. Refrigerators are a little bit more tough. They do have a pilot light. This thing has been setting for many years. But the refrigerator is also electric, so I could plug it into my solar panel system at the cabin if I have to. But my thought is to just be able to have the refrigerator. I don't really need refrigeration, but what I really need is freezer space. I bring up frozen smelts for trout fishing and lake trout fishing in the spring, and they unthaw on me. So if I had a small freezer to take care of my bait, it would be a huge help. So I will get started on this. As you can see, this isn't much of a camper. It has been, like a tree fell on it many years ago. Right over here is a breaker box that I'll be bringing up. It's 2 breakers. I'm going to hook that into my solar system. So I would imagine even that pot right there is probably, I would guess, $50 or more. I don't believe they cost less than that. And it's got 2 breakers in it. Those are probably $15, $20 a piece. So just right there alone is well worth the trip to come down here and tear this thing apart and save what I can save out of it. Alright, so I got my pots out of the camper. There's the 3-burner stove that'll become my outdoor kitchen up at the cabin. And the 6-wheeler. I've got the refrigerator. There's the big mirror that I was salvaged for my wife. And I got a few other parts and pieces that I will show you once I get out of this hole I'm kind of in. The other thing left on here is, see them tail lights? If you were building a utility trailer or needed needed lights for your utility trailer, there's a set of lights right there, one on both sides, 12 volt. So there's just pots and pots and pots. In here was where the regulator was and all of that. So I got the regulator out. I'm pretty sure stuff like that would still work. If not, not an issue. All barbecue grills have a regulator that I can rob. So the camper's a little more beat up, but everything is out of it. You probably can't see, but you still got doors and hinges and 12 volt lights. So there's still good parts left in this camper if you were doing a off-grid project on a very tight budget. There's all the parts you need here for a small building. Alright, there's the refrigerator, there's the stove, the little gas stove I am sure will work. Those are very easy to get running again. Refrigerator, not so sure, but I will bring you back and I will let you know how the refrigerator turned out as far as once we get it up to the cabin. I've got the stuff back up at the pickup and getting ready to haul it up. There's the Humphrey light. Humphrey gas lights now sell for about $80. This over here is the pressure regulator for the propane that came off the camper. I believe those are somewhere around $50 to maybe even $60. And the copper needed to hook it up. Beside that, you see the electrical panel box. I need that at the cabin for my solar system. So there is another, probably another $50 or $60 at least. Them 2 breakers, I believe those sell for $15 to $20 a piece. So there's $40 just in breakers. So as I said on that old camper, looks like a piece of junk. Like I said, that really is a gold mine if you're looking to build anything on a budget. This is going to be part of my outdoor kitchen up at the cabin. This is so that I can food as I pick it. I pick a lot of fiddleheads, stuff like that. I will try to do a video on that this spring. This camper is from back in, I would say, at least the 70s, being this green. But you kind of want the old stuff. It's not full of electronics when you're going to rob it out. What you really want is just a straight pilot light that you can light with a match. So that's kind of where I was at with picking this stuff up. So there's the refrigerator and the stove. And like I said, this will be part one of this video. I will bring you back when we're up at the cabin and I start working with installing them. I'm going to plug it in here in a few minutes, clean it out a little bit, and I'm going to plug it in, at least the electrical side of it, and see if that works at this point. That would be nice if something would happen right there. So we'll see what happens. Actually, I'll plug it in here in a minute and we can plug it in together. It should start making some noise and stuff like that. If not, I won't be too concerned about it. I will just have to tear it apart a little further and see what's going on with it. All right, I've plugged it in. Nothing happened. Nothing. I see a ground wire has been chewed by a mouse or a squirrel or something. So I'll have to get in there and look at that and see if the electrical side will work. I'm not too concerned with that. I don't have power at my cabin. I'm more concerned with getting the propane to it and seeing if this side of the refrigerator works. And them old campers, they either run on electricity or they run on propane. So I'm going to take care of the propane. Even if I have to light the pilot light by hand with a match, that's what I hope to do anyways. I don't need it to be electronic. So I'm hoping to bypass all of that. There's a shut-off valve here for the gas as well as a switch for power and all that. So I will see how I make out. And when we get to that point, I will definitely bring you along so that you can follow up on this refrigerator and see if we can have that. What I really want up there is this right here. It's just a little tiny freezer. But that's all I need for my bait for fishing up there. Not ice fishing, but spring fishing. We troll frozen smelts, and we need them frozen until we need them, and we thaw them out to use them. So if I could get this to work, I would be consider myself very successful. So thank you for coming along with this video today, and this will wrap up this end of this video. I've got the stuff out of the camper. I'll be bringing it up to the cabin. And when I get to where I start setting it up, building a counter for it and stuff like that, I will bring you along again for that. And you can see how we made out with this old refrigerator. So I will catch you on the next one. And you have a great day.